Alright. Uh, what are we doing? I'll pull out my sword. So I think I scouted the roof. Yes. And I looted the nests and everything. Of course. I wonder what's going on up there. Very interesting. Anyway, so we went to Poyara and Villeno. We went up here. I think we climbed up here and then just climbed up. Okay. Before I go to the governor, who's over there, I think it might make sense to go around the other side. So, hello soldiers. Take this. And spoke to her. Something over there. So grab that. Right. Now we have another shopkeeper here, it seems, which the gifted magpie. This is really a very good place. I guess it has a bottom floor. Glass. Non-working mirrors. Okay. Take that. A Dangerous Legacy by Arthur Castell. Fear me, Savino is a dangerous legacy. We exploit the land for its riches, but our way of life is only a generation old. Our children will inherit an ecosystem that they barely understand, because we barely understand it. Despite our success, I worry for the future. The animancers who planted these seeds will not be the ones who harvest whatever grows. Crumper letter from Tayan. Dear Lane, you would love it here. The Living Lands is quite the vacation spot, really. Even the small mushrooms are as large as giant mushrooms. They remind me of Maura, poor sad Maura and her mushroom-riddled face. Oh, I haven't met any dragons yet, but I will let you know the instant I do. Then we can both have dragons. Wait, he has a dragon? Or she? Animancy is so much fun. One of the locals sat me down in front of his machine and told me that my soul is shaped like an orb. Can you believe that? I offered him a signed copy of my famous spell, Tane's Chaotic Orb, but he said no thanks. He was lost, right? Do you still have that locket I gave you? Whenever you are feeling lonely, don't forget to open it and think of me, and maybe write back. Your friend, your friend, Tane the Archmage, author of Tane's Chaotic Orb. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Lane hates when I talk about myself and when I call her Len. And everything about me, but I will get on her good side even if it kills me, which it might, if the living land doesn't kill me first. Uh-huh. Animancy for farmers. Farming in Emerald Stair is both simpler and more complicated than other lands, and it's important to understand why. Animancy is the art of soul manipulation. Because we sit atop a rich vein of soul essence, our animancers work miracles of healing, personal enrichment, research, and yes, agriculture. The machines around Pure Messavino tap into the flow of essence and use it to give life to the soil. Basically, fertilizer. Don't touch the machines or disrupt any animancers at work. Don't ask questions about what they do or how they do it. If you get sick, someone might escort you to the ruins west of town for observation and final rites if necessary. Great. And some of the farmhands might not draw breath. Beyond that, it's business as usual. Yeah, they're undead, so people.
Giata's causing trouble at the governor's mansion again.
Yep.
You must admit she has a point. We should do something about the Dream Scourge. Not simply wait for it to pass.
Be careful with that kind of talk. The governor has ears all over town.
Now I agree with the lady. Sitting around and doing nothing is never really a good solution. Potato. I'll be taking that. Another potato. What's up, guys? Nothing? Alright. Believe we are done over here. This is the main door. Okay, makes sense. So just leaving money around. I'll check your.
Would you care for a refreshment?
I'll steal some stew. Cheese, pie, apples. Yeah, I'll take all of that.
Spirits are truly wonderful, powerful, self-aware, and rich with insight.
Insight, you say?
Indeed. The spirits have access to lifetimes of knowledge.
Because they are dead
A
people.
little knowledge would do me good right about now. A pity I must wait until I'm dead.
Wait, you can access other people's knowledge? I'll be back 1 second. Hector Brewer.
If you are looking for sanctuary, you have found it. The Gifted Magpie is a house of calm, rational discussion. We have only two rules of conduct: maintain dignity and speak in a soft tone of voice.
Great. There's something going on around here. What is that enchanting smell? Coffee? I'll keep that in mind. Something going on around here.
To put it gently, yes.
Dream skirt?
Giata Castel is giving our governor a piece of her mind, loud enough to rattle the windows. Animancers are miracle workers, but their work breeds obsession, rivalry, and bitter disagreement.
You must see a lot of animancers around here. It does. I really just came in for a cup of tea. You must see a lot of animancers around here.
Their anxiety keeps me in business. This tea house is where troubled minds come to approach problems from a quieter angle.
Alright. Sounds like you're running a public service.
Fior Messiverno values individualism, but I much prefer to focus on the health of the community. Now, will there be anything else?
Do you not sell anything? Why is this place called the Gifted Magpie?
Believe it or not, this building was once my father's grain warehouse.
Oh, but there's no
One
more
day,
grain.
A magpie landed on the rafters and spoke fluent Valian to anyone who would listen.
That's ridiculous. No, it didn't. I failed to see how that leads to opening a tea house. What did it say?
Among other things, it told my father the recipe for a blueberry tart. Popular item until the recent troubles. Helia is the goddess of birds and creativity. Yes, the spiritual significance of a talking magpie is debatable. But the tale inspired others to make this a haven of creativity. And so, here we are.
Right. What happened to the magpie?
Who knows? Either it flew away on bad business, or it was just a metaphor to begin with. A good story knows where to end itself. The bad ones all end in grief.
Oh, great. Do you know that Abrita has a crush on you?
What? I mean, I'm sorry. What? Could you possibly elaborate?
I found a note by her shop. Very steamy. Why don't you ask her yourself? Well, when two or more people are attracted to each other. Great. I found a note by her shop. Very steamy.
Oh no, I mean, oh yes?
What do you mean, oh no?
It's just that these sorts of things happen to other people, but never me. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Start by flirting. That usually gets things moving. Marius, any advice? Kai, any advice? I'll leave you to it then. Good luck. Kai, come on, man.
You're overthinking this.
Hmm,
Invite her around for a cup of tea.
that works.
It seems I need to gather my wits and figure out what to do next. I have no skill with romance, you see. Oh dear.
Can I order some tea?
Regrettably,
Oh,
we
great.
are out of tea. My stockpile is exhausted, and the harvest has not kept up with demand. We have other goods for sale, if you care to peruse them. Trinkets I have collected over the years.
Any legendary trinkets? No tea in a tea house?
The fields have been unproductive of late, and what grows has not risen to our standard. I am hopeful that this is a temporary setback and not a sign of things to come.
What do you have for sale? A freaking treasure map, of course. Moonstone, a bow, pistol, and shit. I don't know what you're gonna do with this stuff in a tea house. Literal weapons. Pani cream, beverage. Stewed milk mixed with palm stone water, married to create a delicious, tangy beverage that practically teleports the drinker to the beach. War Mage's Bracers. Minus 10% ability essence cost, plus 15% shock damage, harness to storm. These delicate looking golden bracers are in actuality quite durable. Channeling electricity while wearing them is drastically more potent and should only be done so if there is a thick layer of clothing between these bracers and their wearer. When particularly powerful spells are channeled, however, the gold can grow so hot that it scorches the wearer even through their clothing. But practical pockets. A good ranger is prepared for any challenge, but the best ranger has snacks on hand. Now that I have retired, I have no further need for my coat of many pockets. Use it in good health, though mind the crumbs and the smell of cheese. Incredible. Well, I'll take it. Okay, buddy. A good ranger is prepared for any challenge. Best ranger has snacks. Now that I have retired, I have no further need for my coat of many pockets. Use it in good health, though mind the crumbs and smell of cheese. I mean, that's a very horrible map. Next to like a broken building is there. I don't even know which broken building it is. Anything else, Hector?
Ah, a pleasure to share your company again, traveler.
I'll be back.
Until next time, traveler.
Traveler.
Envoy, welcome.
Yes, yes, I am the envoy.
I have been thinking about the moon.
The moon.
Not this again.
There is no Adra on Bilafa. None that we can see in a telescope, anyway.
Right.
I suppose that's true.
What if someone died on Bilafa? Where would their soul go?
Hmm.
No one is going to die on the moon.
Not with that attitude.
I mean, yeah, it does seem to fall apart. Although, I mean, it can't really fall apart. It's literally real in this game, at least. Frustrated scroll. Souls are made of essence. Essence is made of. Why are hostile spirits visible to the naked eye? Undiscovered gods mapping the beyond. Soul compass, is that something? How to hide our work from the gods? Tea, soul tea. If I don't settle on a dissertation topic, my mentor is going to kill me. Students. Water. It is free water for me. Then Magpie. It's the middle of your quest is available. Bone and boar bar. Bone and boar.
Come on. My invention is guaranteed to enlarge your essence.
Enlarge my essence? Are you talking about what I think you're talking about? Oh, another magnificent.
A moment of your time, my friend. Tell me, what do you know about your soul?
Well, I'm a godlike, so I've got some divine heritage. Not as much as I would like. Why? What's wrong with it? I don't have a moment. I'm a godlike. I've got divine heritage.
Wrong.
Wrong?
Your soul is an ancient, wondrous thing, suffused with lifetimes of rich, delicious memory. But it's tired, my friend, heavy with the burden of generations, and too weak to survive another turning of the wheel.
Incredible. And how much do I pay you to lighten my soul? Whatever can be done. Run that by me again. I've heard enough ever. How much do I pay you to lighten my soul?
That's the beauty of it. The first treatments on the house.
Great.
The moment you entered the city, I calibrated my invention to the highest setting and attuned it to your soul.
The scam?
So tell me, how do you feel? Better already, huh?
You use some ridiculous machine on my soul. I feel fine, I guess. My soul feels lighter, as if all my worldly cares have fluttered away. Forget this, we're done here. I feel fine, I guess.
Of course you do. That's what healthy feels like.
Great.
Do remember to tell your friends about all the benefits of animancy. Enjoy your soul.
The hell are you
don't start
talking about?
seeing other people's past lives or anything.
The scam, bro.
Animancy, the mother of invention. Don't listen to those charlatans in the workshop. The essence enlarger is 100% legitimate.
Uh-huh.
Animancy. What's good for the soil is good for the soil.
Well, it's not good for the soil anymore.
Can I interest you in a demonstration?
I would.
Animancy, the mother of invention.
Uh-huh. Weird ass machine. Also, the screaming is going on. Well, I can't be going there. Perhaps I can climb onto your cart. Nope. Invisible barriers. Alright. That is fine. We have another couple of buildings. We'll stick to the edge for now. look at this. Please go no further. Stop where you are. The Castell family laboratory is closed to the public and hazardous to life. Nothing in here is worth dying for. There is no research or renown to be discovered. Only a danger we still do not understand, which may yet linger even in the absence of life. It is important that you understand my parents were the greatest animancers who ever lived, and they did not leave this place the way they entered. What happened to them can happen to you. Kriata. Lock with her basement key. Interesting. Probably something to loot in there then. Kriata's home, I'm guessing. Yep, Kriata's house. A Metaphysical Frontier by Cordella Castell. Nature as we know it is ours. We dam its rivers, we cut down its forests. But the metaphysical world, the nature next door, that is the true prize. When we can break the spirit world like a stubborn horse, the possibilities are endless. Today we grow crops, tomorrow souls. Creator's Journal. The crop shortage is the perfect opportunity to test my family's research. But of course, I'm getting nowhere with Ignacia. Ignacy? He has the town wrapped around his little finger. You'd think a community of free-thinking animancers would embrace a little innovation, but no, not even to save their lives. What would Mother have done? Though I suppose I don't need to ask. Perhaps I can succeed where she failed, as soon as I gather the courage to enter the lab. Someday, just not today. Common Grimoire of Greater Elements. Literally just steal it, okay. You're lucky we can't rob the shopkeepers. Letter from a friend. Griata, are you well? Ever since I moved away, I hear only rumors about what happens inside the walls of your Messivino, and the rumors alone are cause for caution. They say you've been starting fights with the governor, stirring unrest at the workshop, turning animancers against each other. I adore you too much to believe such nonsense, most of it anyway. But allow me to give you a word of advice. There is a pattern to this behavior, even if you think there isn't. You believe that your ambitions are being held back, so you hold them back further by alienating everyone in reach. And just prove your own point. Trust me, I know from experience, as did your mother. Be careful you don't hurt yourself in the crusade to be proven right. Come and visit me sometime, put aside your worries and clear your mind. Silvio misses you. Elia. Do I know Elia? I do not remember. Invitation to drinks. Priata. Once our patrol is over, a few of the rangers are grabbing drinks at the Boar and Bone. Would you care to join us? Of course, I understand if you're busy again. The offer still stands. It doesn't even have to be with the other rangers. It could just be the two of us, sitting and talking. Well, now I have said too much. You get the idea. Best of luck with your experiments. Masoni. Masoni has a crush on her. Open it up. Well, I can make that. What do we have here? Common round field. Upgrade materials. Probably not getting any higher. Except... Nope, okay. Oh, but up here I've been. Okay. And look at that. The bone and boar. This the bone and boar? Little lockbox. Well, every hardwood branch counts. Apprentice Animancer's Diary, 7th of Tasao, Teritsu. I've finally done it. I'm studying at the academy. My dreams come true. The equipment here far exceeds anything available to me at home. And the knowledge. My colleagues are also brilliant. One has even offered me a great boon. Ollie says he has a way of enchanting one's trousers to elevate one's performance in the bedroom. What? He says it's still experimental and I mustn't tell anybody, but he promises results. Perhaps I shall find a lover for keeps within this bastion of animancy and kindness. 12th of Tisao, so 5 days later. I am confounded. My colleagues snicker as I pass. Their laughter is undeniable. I do not understand. Have I committed some great foul power? Hopefully they can forgive my ignorance. 15th of Tisao, to do. Formulate plan to retrieve pants from atop Monto's animancy machine. Formulate plan to reclaim my honor. Exact revenge on Ollie. Perhaps try the essence and larger offered in town square. Great, he did something. What did he do though? I do not know. There no. Hello. Profaning. Primal rock. And common pistol. Attack and grog. That's fine. Alright, so I was here. We explored all of this. Metaphysical frontier, Giata's journal. Anything I'm missing?
Got something.
Got something. The hell? Can I enter? I can enter. She has a huge house, huh? Okay, can we shut up this noise? Silver penning and steel. Notes on a prototype. This parchment is slightly singed, as if someone held it over a fire and considered burning it. We made a breakthrough. For the first time, the device successfully gathered essence into the Aedyr core. I credit the interlocking rings, a design our colleague took from ruins across the sea. She believes the rings pull essence out of the surroundings as wind currents pull dust or pollen. Though I am troubled by what this implies. When we use animancy to mimic a natural process, we get better results. Why? I don't know. Because nature intended that. Ecology of the Living Lands by Arthur Castell. No one can explain why the living lands naturally grows and thrives in an unnatural manner. We have seen plant life consume mountains overnight, creatures tall enough to knock over mighty trees, and beneath it all, a potent river of wild essence. Civilization has not found a stable foothold in the living lands. Whenever we try, there is some reprisal, almost as if the island knows how to shrug us off. The lands are living. Oh my god. And people don't have food. Now, to be fair, I'm stealing all her food. So now she also does not have what the hell. Grietta's award. The award for best achievement in agriculture goes to Grietta Castell. Thanks to your hard work and innovation. Last season's pumpkins were larger, rounder, and grew at record speed. Please join us to receive your award of 10 copper bars and a slice of Benissa's Pastor's Blue Ribbon Flash Berry Pie. Well done, Grietta, you earned it. You. The tea house, I'm guessing. Castell. These books are all by her father, I guess. Arthur Castell. Makes sense.
Careful!
Oh.
We'll get thrown out of the pub. We're already thrown out. Really? Huh. And when did that happen?
Can't say as I remember.
You, my friend, need some water.
I have water. You guys want water? Oh, okay. The health potion. Journal of Valentino Casanuara. Among animantic notes and scribbles is a brief excerpt that catches the attention. I have gained much in my latest initiative, and I have enjoyed myself despite my misgivings. Still, soon will come the day when I no longer need court either of them, and I do long to return to my sweet solitude. Until then, however, I must work. While Sinaya's work remains inscrutably meticulous, I have liberated the innovations I feel would be most beneficial to my own goals. And while I bristle at Isalia's continued frivolity, her insights under the influence of drink have proven that her notes contain value I could not find elsewhere. It could be said that neither deserves the ill that I am doing to them, but I argue that both will benefit by seeing their work brought to light, even if credit is never received where it is due. Stealing work, bro. Valentino. Stop stealing.
I had one job.
Tenant Fidello.
I couldn't even do that.
What was your one job, Lieutenant? Oh, potato.
Look out for her, Fidelio. How hard could that have been?
Can I help you? Another troubled Friodian is everyone in the city miserable. You need to sober up. Can I help you?
If I could help myself, do you think I'd be in here? I don't mean that. I have a lot on my plate.
Ah, no, not enough resolve. Where's the rest of your squad? Shouldn't you be out on patrol? I've got time, what's the matter? I've been known to help for a price. You're not going to solve anything staring into that bottle. Where's the rest of your squad?
I'd like to be. They're out searching. Someone had to hold down the fort.
The bar?
My two youngest rangers were supposed to report back from their rounds. I assumed they'd turn up. But it's been 3 days now. They're still not here.
If you need them found, I'm at your service. They've disappeared before, haven't they? That's not much to go on. 3 days a little late to start looking for them. They've disappeared before, haven't they?
3 times this month.
Ah.
They're going to be the death of me. They're besotted. I can't get them to think about anything else. Belena and Adelaro were my most promising recruits. Now, all they do is sneak off to...
Get to know each other well, dip the pink in the inkwell, have relations, screw each other. Get to know each other?
I think they know each other very well.
Huh.
Well, there's worse places to make the four-legged beast. I promise you that.
New recruits running off with each other? Oh man, this brings me back.
Anyway, I never thought I had any cause for concern. They always found their way back eventually, but they haven't this time. They're out there, all alone, and they could be in danger, and
No perception. You don't have to explain yourself. I'd be worried about my charges too. Maybe they're not finished if you get my drift. I know you're drowning your sorrow. Some leader. I'm sure a bear's eaten them by now. Yeah, I'd be worried.
The last time I saw them, I sent them to patrol the northern riverbed. If you go that way, please, keep an eye out for them. I'm losing my mind in here.
Gonna pay me? Okay.
Two young Nimdutin wandering out by a river. Consider them found.
Maybe we don't look too soon. Give them a while. Know what I mean?
Well,
Please tell me you found them.
well, when I do, you'll be the first to know.
What could have drawn them that deep into the woods? All right. Come straight to me when you found them.
Alright. Wait, is the journal is the one I found? Aedyr. Aedyr. Small book. No. No, this is Valentino. So all the bounties and then a treasure map. Oh, free dagger. It is common, unfortunately.
Pour you a drink, good like.
Sorry, brewer. Letter. Aedyr, my love, I want to see you again. What about our patrol tomorrow night? The woods will give us some privacy. Don't breathe a word to Aedyr, though. She went straight to the captain last time. Oh, that should be a clue.
The crops are ruined. All of it.
Can anything be done?
Bly thinks I ought to give up farming, leave emeralds there.
And the animancers are useless. You heard them arguing out there.
Well, mindless academics, the whole lot of them.
People are losing faith in the animancers. And rightfully so.
What did it be?
Just checking behind the... Okay. Sorry, brewer.
Well, I'll be a godlike in the bone and bore. Apologies for the ruckus outside. The animancers never know when to shut their mouths.
What are they arguing about? I mean, I know, but...
Our crop yield. The governor thinks we've just had a bad season, but the Quilici and the Chiata figure differently.
Quilici? Pierre Quilici is an animancer from the Valiant Republics and one of the original founders of Emulcifier, having retreated... Okay.
They are the only animancers taking the Dream Scourge seriously.
Where can I find them? Not taking the Dream Scourge seriously is a mistake. You ought to trust in the gods of animancy. But what do you think? At least they have the power of animancy at their side. What do you think?
You see this pub? No one here is an animancer. We are Fiore's labor. Rangers, farmers, and the sentries. We've all heard the rumors from outside. Animals gone mad. Terrors stalking the wilderness day and night.
Heroes have always stalked the wilderness day and night. The stories are true. I've seen the Dream Scourge myself. I'm not sure it's something to worry about. They're always there.
True. But now, they do so without fear. And that's not even our biggest problem. We've had crops fail before, but never food rations. The governor says it's just a temporary precaution, but I am not buying it. So, we ought to drink while we can. Agreed? Anything I can get you?
Tell me about the bone and bear.
What are you fixing to know?
Everything? I'd like a little history about the place.
I opened the place after my brother cut me out of the family business years ago. I opened the Bone and Boar for all the customers he found undesirable. The rough types.
What was the family business? Is it the tea store?
In a word?
Yep.
Tea. My parents were the first owners of the gifted magpie. Mom was an animancer, and the pa wasn't. They fought constantly. Because of that, my brother Hector hates conflict. It's ruined the magpie's business.
How so?
Visit the magpie and talk to him. You'll see what I mean. Now, is there anything else I can get you?
What have you got for sale? Let's see. Lockpicks, okay. He is definitely a undesirable sort of seller. Oh, a dagger and a book and a pistol and a shield. Not a lot of money, but good enough. No more talking?
Welcome, godlike. What can I do you for?
Tell me about Bone and Bear.
What are you fixing to know?
Why don't animals typically come here?
Because I don't go out of my way for them. Yeah, they're a finicky bunch. My clientele is more grounded. Works hard. They don't put on airs. I like to keep it that way.
Interesting. Thanks for humoring me.
Of course. Anything else you fancy?
Must be going.
Suit yourself. Come anytime.
Right, more.
Welcome.
Tell me. History.
I
Sounds like a classic sibling rivalry.
suppose when you put it that way. My parents were the first owners of the gifted magpie.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Maybe you
Because
should
of
reach
that,
out to him.
I've tried many times to talk sense into that head of his, but Hector, he's stubborn. Visit the magpie and talk to him.
Alright, okay.
You've spoken to the sentries lately?
Oh,
They are like us, spread too thin.
The lands change. If it's not my crops, it's the roots in my roof.
Don't get me started on the sinkholes.
Do you think Giatta is right?
Maybe. I hope not.
pretty sure Giata is right. In which case you are pretty screwed, eh? Here we have Essence of War, Elder Offerings, quest. Those guys are still fighting over there. This is the food place. Should I tell on the old lady trying to give the dead food when there is no food? I mean, she has also stolen the food that she's trying to give away. Merchant Stefan.
To my fine establishment, amico.
Essence of War, eh? He does sell weapons.
Well, I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late.
Legendary guns. So show star metal. What can you tell me about this metal?
Is that Gelarde? This is star metal. Very rare stuff. Where did you get this? Nay, don't tell me. I'd be tempted to go looking for some more, and that would certainly not end well.
What makes this metal so special? Are you sure? For a small fee, I'll tell you where I found this. I don't need to tell him. What makes this metal so special?
Star metal is exceptionally dense. It weighs much more than one would think from its size.
Right.
More fascinating, however, is that this metal is suffused with dormant essence. This makes it naturally susceptible to enchantment.
Can you do anything with it?
No. Unfortunately, I don't know how to work the metal into anything useful. Only enchant it, I did receive a shipment from Solace Keep recently, however. A mace crafted out of star metal, brought to me by a trader from Galawain's Tusks.
Go there then.
I suggest you make your way there if you're looking for someone to work that beautiful metal into a proper weapon.
Galawain's tusks? Come on, it can't be that complicated. I bet you 5 skates a Smith and Thirdborn would know what to do with this stuff.
I'll take that bet.
And I'll take your money eventually.
Is there anything else I can help you with, amico?
Do animancers have much use for weapons and armor?
Nay, not really. But not all of us in Fiora are animancers, you know. Besides humble craftsmen such as myself, we have the rangers to outfit. Under normal circumstances, I'd not sell to a traveler like yourself. But as I'm sure you've seen, these are not normal circumstances. Care to see what I have?
So you're not an animancer?
Officially no, but I have been known to dabble with essence infusion here and there. I have one such item for sale, actually. A beautiful mace made of star metal, crafted by the finest smiths of Solace Keep and enchanted by yours truly. It is a wonder to behold. Care to see?
Yeah, sure. Oh, he has an exceptional abacus. Yes, this is what I need. Petrified wood branch, Aedyr. Embellishments on a firearm tell the story of its origin, the source of the materials, and sometimes even the deeds of the shooter. Cut from the forests of Emerald Stair, the wood is cool and smooth, glinting like a kept secret. The silver fittings were mined from Galawain's tusks. The deeds of the shooter, however, are yet to be defined. Exceptional bow. A bow for a seasoned hunter requires great strength to draw. Their arrows can punch through armor, hide, and even exoskeletons. Such weapons are the prized possessions of nomads and hermits who thrive in the wilderness of the living lands. Even they need a sturdy bow to keep the worst of the island at bay. Exceptional great. It looks so freaking cool though. Look at that. Oh, sorry. A remarkable work of craftsmanship formed by twisting and manipulating steel rather than forcing it into shape. Axes like these belong in the hands of lawbringers and executioners, whose reputation rests on the reliability of their downward swing. Such weapons first arrived in the living lands close to the establishment of the Aedyrian embassy. An exceptional great hammer. It's made of freaking gold, bro. Gilded hammers are awarded to paladins who distinguish themselves in battle. The insect motif stamped into the head symbolizes improvement, resourcefulness, and teamwork. An exceptional greatsword. That looks kind of plain. A slight curve to the blade increases the chances of landing a devastating slash. Weapons like these are useful against large groups attacking at once. The design is inspired by the sword fighters of the Ixametal Plains, though scaled up for use by knights on foot rather than warriors on horseback. Exceptional Renegade armor. That looks cool. Exceptional Renegade armor combines substance and style. Layers of protection cushion or deflect most attacks. Mercenaries in the Living Lands boast that such armor is comfortable enough to sleep in, especially when camped in the deep wilderness. Exceptional plate armor. That's what I would like. 30% damage reduction, 32 additional damage reduction. But yeah, stamina and essence go down. A knight's plate armor is diligently maintained and passed down through the centuries. Under the pauldrons, a smith has left a stamp in praise of Magrin, blessing the wearer with the strength of body and will to overcome any challenge. An exceptional breastplate. Gilded breastplates are popular in the Valiant Republics, where a display of wealth on the battlefield is both fashionable and cautionary. Like the vibrant colors of poisonous amphibians, anyone walking into battle wreathed in gold is comfortable being a target. An exceptional dagger. Yeah, I read already this. Exceptional mace. A mace of exceptional quality makes battle an art form. The spray of blood a celebratory crimson mural. Such weapons are carried by the personal guards of wealthy merchants, nobles, and community leaders in the living lands. Exceptional mail hauberk. Minor variations in the pattern of rings gives this hauberk greater strength and flexibility. Armor like this would have been passed down as an heirloom to protect future generations and ensure a family line. An exceptional pistol. Pistols like these appeared in the Living Lands only in recent years. The bejeweled eye is reminiscent of Wales iconography, though the hand occult takes no credit for their smithing or distribution. The frame is made of smooth bone or antler of unknown origin, called the glare of the obscured by some and the bane of the enclosures by others. All that is definitively known is that it makes for a suitably deadly weapon. An exceptional round shield. Oh, freaking jade and shit, bro. Shields of enameled steel can deflect arrows and absorb blows with more resilience than wood. Extravagances like jeweled bosses show off status and wealth, but some fighters use them to reflect light and distract their opponents. No matter what they are made of, a shield is only as effective as the one who wields it. Exceptional scale armor. Scales that catch the light and dazzle the eye do not necessarily bestow greater protection upon the wearer, but their value on the battlefield cannot be denied. Armor of this quality suggests both battle prowess and refinement. An exceptional spear. Spears like these combine the leached blade head of a military weapon with the flanged base of a hunter's tool. It would not be unexpected to find one of these in the hands of Aedyr's elite tall grass spearmen in addition to their signature pikes. An exceptional sword. A sword forged for war is a rare find on the wild frontier. Such a weapon would have survived countless battles and been well maintained to hold a respectable edge. The blade's original owner would not have given it up without a fight. An exceptional gambeson. Gambesons of ostentatious design are often donned by royal wizards or chanters and padded with all manner of exotic materials. Spider silk and snag arrows and the feathers of Routian warbirds can be tightly packed to defend against hard impacts. Still not as good as stuff, but sure. An exceptional leather cuirass. Some of the best leather in the living lands comes from domesticated livestock, though the local goat is arguably still as wild as it ever was. The cost and effort of feeding them drives up the price of their leather, but also the quality. 10% damage reduction compared to 8. We have Awakened Aedyr, of course, vibrantly hued piece of Aedyr humming with energy. This powerful component is usually harvested from powerful Aedyr gun or animats crafted from Aedyr. And then the legendary Lodestone. It does look cool as hell. Tremor. Power attacks deal low stun to nearby enemies and plus 20% stun. So it's just freaking stun the hell out of them. 72 stun, huh? Although my Abacus has 112. So the Lodestone. This blocky gilded mace is a prime example of Paraguayan artistry at work. Though the weight distribution of the weapon takes a bit of time to first get used to, there's no denying that the oversized head of the mace is brutally effective. The solid star metal core of the weapon causes it to strike with meteoric force that few creatures can stand firm against. Not as good as a gun though. And then he has lockpicks. We're buying those. Grenades, and then obviously and hide. This treated animal skin is more durable than a simple pelt, making it a superior material for armor crafting and reinforcing. Only a faint odor lingers from the foul process used to taint it or tan it. More durable than unworked iron, this chunk of steel is a basic material for arms and armor. Hardwood branch. This hardened lumber is more durable than softwood, though it is more difficult to employ in woodwork due to its rigidity. Normal Aedyr. Then we have fine stuff. So question is, do I really want to spend money on Aedyr and stuff? I don't need Aedyr right now, so I'm guessing no is the answer.
Welcome to my fine establishment, amico.
Find a star metal smithy. Still haven't found it. Now this is where food was stolen from. Oh. Nope, it was not. This is a gate out. I see. Can you shut up, bro? Here's Stalin and spring berries. Holy, that's a piece of art, man. Oh, this is the workshop, right? Yep, Animancy workshop. Missing a dragon heart. Chumio's invention. To my colleagues, friends, and naysayers, you are hereby invited to a demonstration of my latest achievement, that of spiritual self-combustion. Oh, great. Bear witness as I set fire to my very essence, merely to prove that I can. Do you doubt me? Then come watch me fail. Do you trust me? Then come watch me go out in a blaze of glory. Either way, you will be entertained. I anticipate a large and captive audience. You know what? There was nobody. Mono Pastor.
Excuse me, but I'm that busy.
What?
Excuse me, but I'm that busy.
Tides and Moons, the natural historian's account. We have all heard the legends of Ondra and Tenbelapa and the explanation that the goddess's love for the moon causes the tides. And as men and women of science, we know this to be but a shadow of the truth. Yet there is another myth that we have been quicker to dismiss, and I wonder if it does not merit further examination. Onrite, tell of a smaller moon. Ioni Batar that the goddess supposedly pulled from the sky in an earlier age, and while such a thing seems impossible, for Ioni Batar still roams in the skies above, it is true that explorers in the far reaches have found mineral fragments that do not naturally occur on any known continent in Eora. Furthermore, naturalists in Aedyr, Rautai, and the Deer would have observed the remains of ancient ocean life many miles inland. Such a thing would only be possible if Elora's oceans had once been larger, or, as I here propose, if a catastrophic flood had once washed over the continents. While few phenomena could cause a flood of this magnitude, a large body falling into the seas just might do the trick. In these pages, I will explain how some force of nature, if not an amorous goddess, could have pulled a small moon into Eora millennia ago. So we read and internalized that. Forget me not tonic. Instructions for use. Take one cupful approximately 1 hour before beginning tedious activity. If administered correctly, time should appear to pass more quickly and tasks should feel more tolerable. Side effects may include amnesia surrounding the dosage period. Well, that's nice. Okay. If you have tedious work to do, just take this potion and you'll forget about your work and you can just do it.
The Aedyr is healthy. It's the essence I'm concerned about.
This again. You're beginning to sound like Giata.
Have you ever stopped and listened to her? She might be onto something.
I'm sure her mother and father were onto something, and look what happened to them.
What did happen to them? Eye of Rigamond. A recent history of Queen's birth, the arrival of Valiants. Excerpted from a letter by Variki, a Huana historian, from a collection of her personal writings. The Valiants' arrival in Nekitaka was not unexpected. Our fisher folk had watched them lurk near the edges of our territory for months, their ships like the keen eyes of a jeweler, inspecting us, already counting the coin they'd make on a prize so fine as a dead fire. They were not the first to watch us so, doubtlessly they will not be the last. We were not certain what it is they wanted at first, aside from whatever it is we had. When Vankaza sent an envoy of Matui to speak with them, they made noise about desiring trade and cultural exchange. What exactly it was they intended to trade, or what manner of cultural exchange they thought might entice us, wasn't immediately clear. Were not naive. We knew their arrival spelled change for the Deadfire as surely as we know that rain falls in the monsoon season. The trouble came in how we would manage the Valiant's influence, how we would contain it. Better they think us partners than easy marks. The thinking at the palace went at the time. We could not risk war with them, as fractured a people as we are, and have any hope of winning it, no matter the power of our water shapers. As the leader of the Khanga, Wankaza decided for us. She allowed the Malians to set down roots in Queen's Birth and begin limited mining operations in the archipelago. She suggested that this might ease trade tensions between our people and theirs, but in truth, I believe she only wanted to keep an eye on them. I sympathize with her point of view, but I cannot endorse it because Wankaza forgot the truth of roots, that they are the silent grasping hands of trees and that a tree once established cannot be moved without destroying the ground around it. When it was done, the Valiants quickly made themselves at home, and the ensuing conflict over who had rights to which islands, which Ardra veins, which trading routes only served to fracture the Huana further. Then the Routians arrived. By that point it was too late. The colonials were in the Deadfire to stay. Now Huana refugees flood into Nekataka from across the archipelago, complaining of lost land and dwindling resources, and the trading companies fight a quiet war against each other with our doorsteps as the front. Nagati guides us in this trying time. Workshop etiquette. Rule 1. Clean up after your experiments. I don't want to see stagnant puddles or shards of Ardra where people are expected to walk. Rule 2. Label your experiments. Is your corpse a terrible accident or a work in progress? Rule 3. No stealing resources. Governor Vidaro grants us what we need for our assigned duties and not a copper wire more. No one should have to steal. Rule 4. Elia Rossell is not allowed inside the workshop. Self-explanatory. No food or drink. From now on, research notes stained with spilled tea will not be accepted. Now going to the tea shop. But there is no more tea at the tea shop, so. Summit meeting notes on the Deadfire event 2829 AI. Topic: Spiritual disturbance in the Deadfire archipelago. Governor Ignacio Vidaro presiding. All agree that a disturbance shook the metaphysical veil between the here and the beyond. Ask about capitalization. Cause of disturbance unknown. Experiment gone wrong. Rumor of giant Ardra statue dismissed as mass hallucination. Pierre Quiselli request to contact Republic's associates for second opinion. Governor Vidari denies the motion. Verdict: results inconclusive. No action required at this time. Giant Ardra statue. But I did see a giant Ardra statue. My Rejection of So-Called Ethics by Monto Pastor. Animancy is a magnet for naysayers who cherish ignorance over progress and safety over opportunity. I do not deny that our art has produced some misfortune over the years, Balreach, Backenbury, and the event at the Castell House, to name a few. But why should these isolated incidents cast such a long shadow? When a ship sinks to the bottom of the ocean, no one forces merchants to abandon their trade. I say that we resist society's unjust call to smash our machines and burn our research. We are animancers. Society is welcome to join us, but we won't hesitate to leave them in the dust. Why would you have a chest here, man? No, I'm gonna take it all. Ooh.
Alright, explain it to me again.
Huh?
Imagine a river of essence. It feeds our crops, enriches the soil, and fuels our experiments. So where is the source of the river? What have we really been tapping into all these years?
I shouldn't be sober for this kind of talk.
I have to do something. I can't let anyone else discover this.
Laurentio Spidara. Monsters of the Red Fire Archipelago. The archipelago binds its way between the Great Eastern Ocean and the Restless Ocean, hundreds of small islands in the midst of the water. Few dare brave its treacherous rapids, and fewer still have returned to tell tale of their adventures through it. Travel between the two oceans is virtually impossible. Great storms hammer any ship foolhardy enough to attempt to navigate, and this alone should be enough to deter anyone from attempting the voyage, as untold ships have gone down, tossed against the rocks. The weather and treacherous rocks are only a precursor to the actual horror of the archipelago, the terrors of the deep. No one knows how many creatures stalk the oceans, waiting for unsuspecting sailors to drift into their waters, but we do know of some. Barbed Ravager. A giant shark that is known to ram passing vessels, trying to knock sailors off the deck and smash a hole in the hull. It has tremendous spines protruding from its sides and back that are presumed to be poisonous. The largest sighted barbed ravager which survivors were estimated to be almost 30 feet long. Winding serpent, smaller around than the ravager but potentially longer. The winding serpent attacks in small packs, usually 3 to 8. They have long, sharp heads, somewhat reminiscent of a barracuda. Like the ravager, they repeatedly slam into the side of a ship, hoping to crack a hole in it or knock someone from the deck. They have also been known to swim to the depths and shoot up out of the ocean, landing on the deck, coiling and winding their way around, snapping up any crew they can before plunging back into the ocean. That's bad. Leviathan. Imagine the largest whale you have ever seen. The Leviathan is at least 10 times that size. By the time a ship sees a Leviathan, it is already too late. As they rise from the depths, the water around them begins to spin and sink, creating a whirlpool. The Leviathan's body surrounds the hapless vessel, preventing escape, and as it goes down, the enormous mouth opens, pulling all aboard to their watery deaths. Great. Polpivore. All the creatures you've read about in this book are nothing compared to the Polpivore. Polpivir. Barely the size of a man, what they lack in size and strength, they make up for in numbers and terrifying viciousness. Their lower halves are a mass of tentacles like an octopus or squid, but more numerous. The tentacles are long black wisps with suction cups on the underside and small thorny barbs on the top. The sheer number of tentacles gives them frightening speed when walking on land, pulling themselves forward almost as fast as a running horse. While they vaguely resemble a human from the waist up, any extended examination proves how wrong that assumption is. Long, stringy black hair falls from the top of their heads to cover a face taken directly from a nightmare. A wide gaping mouth cuts across the bottom of its head from ear to ear, full of wicked dagger-like teeth. Two large, round eyes are sunken into its head, black as coal, shining with a malevolent fire. A small antennae protrudes from the middle of its forehead, ending in a small nodule that can glow with an eerie blue light. One can imagine a sailor on the deck of a ship at night looking out across the black water, blood freezing as countless lights appear beneath the surface, rising towards him as the polpavores swarm upward. Because they seem to be more octopus than man, they can collapse in on themselves, fitting into spaces no person should be able to. The smallest crack in a hull, the slightest separation between boards offers them entrance. It is not unknown for them to slaughter an entire crew from hold up to deck by infiltrating the ship from underneath. Fortunately, they do not seem to have spread too far outside of the archipelago, but there may come a day when polpavore attacks become commonplace. Terrifying creatures here. What happened to you, Laura and Theo?
Envoy, I'm sorry. I'm not in a place to talk right now.
You look exhausted. When was the last time you slept? Is every animation this disorganized? Tell me what you're working on.
Yesterday, I made an incredible discovery. We can use half as much Aedyr to achieve the same results.
That's good.
And then I thought,
What if one day it's a third, a quarter, a speck?
Wouldn't that be a good thing? I see why this is bothering you. I don't follow. Sounds like you're overthinking it. That would be a good thing.
No. To harness these forces for so small a price is too much power. Who knows what kind of chaos we'll create? I have been reading Athelmir's treatise on Wodica. Perhaps she's right. Maybe animancy should be reined in.
Oh, might. Set an example. Show your colleagues it can be used for good. If Bodega calls to you, it'd be unwise to ignore it. Yeah, it can be used for good.
How can I? Alright. I'll do some more tests and see where they lead me. But I won't publish anything until I'm absolutely sure.
And someone else will find out eventually.
I'm right. I shudder to think what will happen if I'm not. I hope I'm right. I shudder to think what will happen if I'm not.
Okay. We have an upstairs area too. And even higher upstairs. So. Okay, it's up there. There you are. And died. The moons of Eora. Oh my god, so much to read. Look up into the night sky and you'll see the moon Belapha. Ubiquitous and persistent, she remains forever in view but also forever out of reach. What many people do not know, however, is that our world is actually orbited by two moons. Belapha and Khalda. Belapha, hanging low and large in the sky, Belapha travels swiftly in her race around the world, completing an orbit in about 18 days. This proximity and speed can cause extreme tide conditions in some areas, making the seas shift so quickly and rise so high that there are some beautiful coastal areas that are virtually uninhabitable for a good portion of the year. Before we learned the truth behind the cause of the tides, legend held that Ondra, the goddess of the sea, was in love with the moon, and when she saw it in the sky, the tides, great waves, and violent storms that happened were her attempts to reach it. This is why the moon is formally called Sen Belfa or Orden Belfa, the beloved or Ondra's beloved. And then Khalda. 315 years ago, the Grand Empire of Valia suffered from terrible storms and terrifyingly high and low tides. Records show the same thing was happening in the Aedyr Empire and that several new Aedyrian colonies along the drywood coast were completely destroyed by the storm, and high tides had engulfed the settlements. At that time, during an eclipse, Glenfarthur astronomers spotted something small orbiting near the edge of Belfa. After much study, they realized it was a small satellite with an extremely irregular orbit. They called it Holda Deb, or the Black Runner. Since it was smaller than Belapha, it doesn't have much effect on the world, but when it aligns with Belapha's orbit, it wreaks havoc on the tides and weather everywhere. This happens when an erratic frequency and severity they have been dubbed the lovers' tides. Cavalda has been rolled into the Ondra myth, and when they are both in sight, a desire to reach them is increased tenfold, which is what causes the terrible weather. Alright, what are we doing? Checking out the upper area.
What do you think of Giata's theory?
Well,
my experiments have been a little unpredictable. Like, the essence has no sense of direction. How did you know? We should talk, but not here.
Similar outcomes, eh? Oh my god. On the efficacy of imps. A time-worn adage among practitioners of the arcane arts avers that early wizards compelled imps to service not out of a desire for the assistance, but to banish them from underfoot. I doubt it not at all, for one could not conjure more unruly, noisome, maladroit, or inassiable aid. Why then do we employ these diminutive meddlers? Service not out of desire but to banish. Okay. Imps, dear reader, are to a wizard's sanctum as rats are to a ship. Whether out of malign instinct or pure mischievousness, they infiltrate our laboratories with alarming regularity. Nina Goth conjectures in his Sensitivity of Simpletons that imps infest any locus of concentrated mystical influence, and accounts of the creatures lurking among the uninhabited ruins of Engwith seems to corroborate his supposition. Yet a wizard's domicile seems to possess a particular appeal to them, regardless of whether it resides at a nexus of spiritual power or no. Left to their own devices, the winged miscreants accrue loose baubles, hoarding them in filthy dens as often as not established in our cupboards and privies. Seemingly possessed of an antiquities dealer's discernment, each prefers to pilfer the most valuable paraphernalia and potent artifacts, yet they remain practically inept in the use of even the simplest gewgaw. I admit the imp's general incompetence makes them appealing retainers. One of the little cretins may displace a favored wand of elemental power, but little peril exists if it activated the instrument and immoldating your collected volumes of arcana. What? I might display the favored wand, but little peril exists of it activating the instrument. Okay, so it can't activate it. That same cannot be said of apprentices. Great. Yet the beasts present a danger to the unwary, for they possess a low cunning, not unlike that of Zoraphs and Orlans. Without a domineering hand to direct them, imps rapidly regress to their base instincts. As a result of this, of their propensity for pack behavior, even transitory leniency with a single imp can imperil a wizard's entire collection. The alchemy of imp spray. I kept a pair of imps caged for the better part of 3 decades as I scripted volume 5 of my series, Scent Languages of the Perverse. Every day the duo would fill the air from their glands as they communicated across the distance. I grew to understand the alchemy of their spray by standing in its path and allowing the fetid effluvium to wash over me. Such wondrous effluvium, so potent it hovers over me still. Just as I had written the last page of what was to be my greatest work, the dialect of their spray changed entirely, rendering my findings useless. Oh, but how they laughed at my expense! I know the smell of failure. It is the reek of 30 years' worth of concentrated imp farts sprayed into one's face, and the bitterness of having no academic recognition to show for it. Great. The many pitfalls of imp husbandry. This book narrates one scholar's dissection of all matters relating to the care of household imps, focusing notably on their cleaning and housebreaking. One passage has been underlined with the deep press of a quill. Never allow imps to learn spells or wield artifacts of power. Their bodies sponge up the essence remainder and grow exponentially larger in size. One of my household servants pilfered a ring from my collection and grew to the size of an ocorus before I had him properly drained. Their glands also grow more pungent the mere writing can hope to encompass, so beware. They are stinky creatures. Right now I can't do anything here.
Excuse me, but I'm that busy.
Just a machine. Okay.
What if I wasn't a ranger?
Of course. What would you do?
I'd be a flower picker.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a cow herder.
Oh, I know. A rum brewer. Be a rum brewer.
But I'd make no money.
And why not?
Because we drink it all.
Great. Pretty sure they would. Okay, this is where Giata is fighting. Before I interrupt your fight, Vidario Family Mansion. Do not need a bedroom key. Letter to my son. Ignacy, I write this in a rare moment of clarity. Before he left us, your father was a proud, stubborn, wonderful man. Let me offer you a word of advice on his behalf. Those who rule with power are destined to be overthrown by power. Those who rule with heart are destined to be cherished long after they are gone. I can feel the fog drifting back over my thoughts. Goodbye, Ignacy. Hopefully not for long. Your mother, Estelle. Shimmering wings, gnashing teeth, chew through the dirt. Where are my hands, Ignacy? Where are my hands? My hands, my hands, my hands. I think the mother, yeah, to my son. Do not rule with power. Rule with love.
Is this the governor's mother? Blessed a shame.
Oh?
My hands. Sharp talons. Oh.
That's not good.
Ignacy. Where is
Ignasi.
Right.
Teeth dancing in and out of my mouth.
He has a dream scourge.
No darkness, only color. Maxim, where did you go?
Maxim is his father, I'm guessing.
Teeth dancing in and out of my mouth.
Flower of Winter by Maxime Vidaro. The Valiant Republic swindled me out of the Songreta Ducala, denied me my born right to lead Spineto's government. I would not take such insults lying down. Stain was behind me all along, whispering into my ear, caressing my shoulder with skinless fingers. Together we sowed a revolution. Now you can actually taste the fruit it bore. I can only imagine the days Pintario awoke to discover the empty halls of academia, the pillaged libraries. Where did our brightest minds go? Where are the animancers? They blamed me, yet they had no one to blame but themselves. We journeyed to this frontier in defiance of the valiant republics. We remain because our community is a living revolution, proof that we can thrive without a golden chain above our necks. Okay. You are a servant, a butler?
Ignasi's mother is very ill. Please, don't disturb her anymore.
Yeah, I won't.
We're not at all certain that she's suffering from the dream scourge.
Like
the
it?
governor takes good care of her. I've said too much already. Please, leave her be. By tradition, the governor's manor is open to the public.
That's good.
Please, wipe your boots at the door. The governor is also the head of the animancers, you know.
Not
You may
know.
look, but don't touch. Fior Mesiverno is the center of free thought in the living lands.
Right.
I helped Maxim Vidaro lead the republics. It was an honor to serve. You may look, but don't touch.
I will touch all I want, bro. We'll steal all the stew and the food. No food.
Please wipe your boots at the door. The governor is also the head of the animancers, you know. Fior Mesiverno is the center of free thought in the living lands.
So says you. The master bedroom. Ignasi Vidario's journal. Bedroom key. An ordinary bedroom key found in the governor's mansion. Golden lockbox. Valiant breastplate. Plus 2% damage reduction. Plus 1 additional damage reduction. Plus 20% move speed. Quickness. When taking damage, and this gives constitution. The Rangers of Fior Misiveno are known for their distinctive armor. Though perhaps not the best attire suited for tromping around through the wilderness, the armor's design is undeniably effective. Despite the extra chain and padding reinforcing the armor's weak spots, the armor does nothing to slow the wearer down. Emblazoned on the front of this breastplate is the symbol of Fior Misiverno, featuring the 5 stars from the flag of the Valiant Republics above, a symbol representing the wheel of reincarnation in honor of the animals of the city. By the bathroom. Journal. I have sworn to the people on my family's honor that there is no dream scourge in Emerald Stair. If it exists, it cannot touch our lands. When I am alone at night, I must remind myself of that promise again and again, even if I must scream it to these empty halls. So why do I feel threads pulling away from the fabric of my community while I strain to hold them together? It's the old man and his protege, or else my imagination, but probably them. Mother's condition isn't helping my cause, neither does wine. Balcony. Another room here. A study with an insane number of books. Okay, well, I'm not reading all of these. We'll read these next time. Save here, and I will see you in the next one.